Hope everyone can see my screen. If not, please tell me. Okay, it's fine. So, just a quick recap. We have whatever we have gone through from yesterday's session. It was specially something for RDBMS. So we have a quick hands-on look for how we can normalize a table and the concept of keys, mainly primary keys, foreign keys, and the composite keys as well. And those kind of stuff in basic ways so that those can be used in our further session. The keys concept is very much important and we will be using the same thing in our later session. And the general, the particular one which we have learned for normalized, that should be used while creating the data mart tables. So while doing the business intelligence part, we can search for this kind of we can check this kind of stuff over there. Hmm. Okay, so if there is any doubt, you can tell me over here. Otherwise, you can go forward with the SQL part. Today onwards, we'll be starting for SQL, that is structured query language. So this language is been, it's very much helpful to do the analytics part of top of table in any kind of database. Okay, it's not only table, like actually what I was showing to you yesterday. There are a lot of database component as well, just like view, store procedures, indexes, synonym. There is materialized view as well. So those kind of database component is there, but the basic unit of database component is table. So we'll be mainly focusing on table and the brief idea for the other component as well should be there. Okay. So if there is any doubt or anything, you can tell me. Otherwise, you can start off today's session. Okay. Hope there is no doubt. So whatever we have learned, we have also installed a particular database that is MySQL Workbench. So today, we can open that MySQL Workbench at our side and we can perform those SQL query. Okay. If you are new to the SQL query, please do practice at your home. The same thing. And maybe after 1 or 2 days we can go ahead with some uh, quick tasks to be completed at home as well, just 1 or 2 exercises. I'm expecting that you can also do the same step at your own at your home, so that the thing should be practiced by yourselves. Okay, so structured query language, the language can be splitted into various objects. Not only objects, different on based on different subjects, we can split the thing into various languages like DDL. DDL is called data definition language. There is DML. Okay. So DDL is especially responsible for table related structure. The language which is being used to create a table, to modify a table, to drop a table, that is totally, that language is called data definition. So we are defining a table. Okay. So related to table structure, any language we are writing over here, that is called DDL. Then DML is there. DML is data manipulation language. Okay. So data manipulation means it's working on top of data only. It is not checking the table structure related stuffs. It will be handling the data inside the table. So the command insert, update, delete, those are the command inside the DML, which will be doing that kind of stuffs, manipulating the data. Okay. DCL is data control language. We can control the data. Grant, revoke. This is mainly for DBA purpose. Okay, what is DBA? I'll be coming this thing again quickly. TCL transaction control language. So whatever changes DML we are doing over here in our system, that can be controlled by this TCL, transaction control language. The transaction can be controlled. And another one, which is also much more important, that is called DQL, data query language. So we top up the data, we can query it just for visualizing the part. We'll not updating anything at the table, but on top of the table, we can select the table to have a desired visualization from our side. Okay. So I'll be covering each of the languages later. I mean, for each day we can cover each of the topic. No need to worry about. So today we have aimed to cover DDL and DML for today's session. Okay. Any doubt till now? I hope no. So the first topic, that is called DDL, that is data definition language. So I'll be covering that stuffs. And just to let you know, I mean the same stuffs again. So data definition language, it's for the table creation, anything related to table. So if we just want to add in a new column over there, so it's modification. We are altering a table. So we are creating a table. We can truncate the table. Truncate means we can truncate all the data inside the table. We can drop the table. Okay. So those kind of stuffs can be done by DDL language. So I'll be doing the hands-on exercise over here quickly. So I'll be creating a new table over there. Let me create the same thing in front of you. Just to do the same thing, I'll be covering one more stuffs over here, the next type. So while creation of the particular table over there, we need to define the particular columns as well inside the table. And while defining a column, we can see those are the data type we have to mention, just like int, float, when integer data type, float data type, varchar means character data type, date data type. Those are the popular data type which we need to declare while declaring the column. Okay, because inside the table, each of the column should be containing each data type's value. I'll be coming to this quickly while doing the hands-on part, but just to have a heads up. So data type we need to mention for each of the column. This is a mandatory one. And on top of this data type, when we are inserting the data for that particular table, we need to maintain the same. Suppose we have declared a particular column as an integer value. Now, while inserting the data, we are trying to insert a character value there, then we can get an error. Okay, so the error should be just like we are trying to insert a non-integer value to an integer column. This is not acceptable, so that's why they will be throwing an error. So data type is that much important over here. Constraint. Okay, another thing is column length. Sometimes we need to declare the column length as well. I mean, column length will help us how much length the column data should be there, the maximum length. Okay. Especially for string data type we are using, because integer, for integer there is a fixed data length. Okay. I think we are aware of that. If we just also go ahead with C++ C, so integer data type is also, I mean, is having a fixed data length, just like date data type. By default, date data type is a fixed length. Okay. For string data type, it's totally depend on how much memory I'll be allocating for that string data type. That means if we are just trying to have a big string for a limited string character column, then I'll be throwing an error. I can get an error. Okay. Then I think we need to take the buffer space and put the size such a way that we just have to make the estimation that the particular column should be having maximum number of this length of character, and we need to declare the same thing while creation of the table structure. Okay. And the last part, what is constraint? We can apply some constraint on top of the table. Constraint means just like declaring a primary key. Okay, just like declaring some constraint for particular column should be not null in nature. I mean that particular column cannot be nullable. So not null is a constraint name. We can declare the same thing. So this kind of constraint we can unique constraint is there because that particular data cannot be duplicated in nature in the table. So if the data is already there, if I'm trying to insert this record again inside the table, then it will be throwing an error. It will be showing that we have a constraint on that particular column, that the column should be always unique. So this kind of constraint we can impose for particular columns for sake of our data analytics part. Okay. So those are all data type constraint and column length related stuffs. Let's quickly get started. Any doubt till now? Okay, hope no. And how, I mean, assuming that everyone have installed that MySQL Workbench. So, any issue from your side while installing? Okay, hope no. Please, response. If there is anything, please do response over here. Okay. Trying to connect to the database with the credential. So, if you are aware of this previous session, we can see that, okay, we can see that the tables are having, lots of table section. In the table section, we are having lots of table over there. View store procedures as well. So I cleaned up everything for today's session. I'll be creating new tables over here, and let me delete those things. Okay. I should be having create table. Okay. So first of all, we will be doing a create statement execution. So there is no table as of now. We'll be creating a new table. Okay. So for the SQL, for this kind of user interface nowadays, we have, defining the column name over there, but I'll be just going ahead with the conventional way first by writing the SQL language. That is very simple. Then we can go ahead quickly with the UI steps, but I'll be suggesting not to go ahead with UI steps because each of the UI, there is separate thing or separate kind of stuffs, but the SQL language is very much helpful. That is being used for everything, I mean, uh, language, every databases as well as every set of tools. It should be same. Okay, not exact same, but it's almost same. So as of now, I'll not be going ahead with UI part over here. I'm just opening a SQL query editor for this schema. I'll be working on top of this schema only, not this schema. Okay, so this schema is selected over here. I'm writing the query to create a particular table. Just like create, this is the keyword, create table. Table is a keyword. Create table, table name. Which table name I'll be going to put or going to declare for that table, I need to give that table name. Suppose I'm creating student table. So create table, table name is student, open brace and close brace. So inside that I need to declare the column. The column data type and the particular column's length. Okay. So for student, obviously class should be there. Class class it should be integer type. For integer it's a fixed data. That there is particular length is already been involved. We can declare the length as well, just like 2 or 3, but we can put or we can remove for integer as well. Okay, class integer roll number I can put. Okay, there are particular assumption we cannot put space directly while declaring a column. So if we require space, then we can use underscore over here. Okay, so this kind of rules are there. Gradually when we'll be learning, I'll be telling this kind of stuffs. If you are quite new for you, roll number should be also integer in nature. Then student first name, let me put just first name, first underscore name. What is this check? Let me remove it. Okay, first name should be always string data type. Over here, that should be mentioned as varchar character. Okay, we need to put the length over here. So first name maybe it should not be greater than 20 keyword. So putting 20 size. Last name should be also there. Let me put 20 as well over here. Okay. So I just took this many column. The column name should be class, roll number, student first name and last name. So let me execute this statement. Okay, it's executed. Let me refresh the schema browser. Yes, we can see under table, student table has been generated. Let me select on top of that. Yeah, we can see the columns names are available. Okay. And there is another way to check the thing, that is select query. The DQL, I'll be not covering DQL, just a quick look. If we just want to select the table to check what is the data inside the table, just like select start from table name. Table name is student. Let me run or execute that one. Yes, and the below is the output. Tabular structure data has been generated. The table has been generated. We can see over here, just like class, roll number, first name, last name. So those are the column name, but we haven't inserted any records. For inserting of records, that should be under DML, data manipulation language. Especially we need to use the insert command there. I'll be coming to this quickly. So what we have just done? We have created student table with having blank records. Okay. Let me add something. Let me check. Yeah. DML. Let me quickly cover what is DML. Then I can insert some record there. Okay. So DML is data manipulation language. We can perform this kind of keyword insert. Insert means inserting the records. Update means updating the records. And delete means deleting the records. Okay. Just give me 1 second. I'll be coming back. Okay. Sorry for my back. So DML, yeah, DML is insert, update, and delete. Those kind of keywords should be covering over here. So let me insert some record for the student. Okay. For insert, the keyword should be there, insert into table. So that should be insert into student. Values is a keyword. Insert into student values. So what kind of data I'll be inserting? Just like for class, having, fourth standard class. Each of the column we can specify the data over here in this way. Roll number I can put 1. First name I can put. Okay, for string data type we need to put the thing inside semicolon. Single inverted, sorry, not semicolon, single inverted comma or double inverted comma, anything. So let me put just like Nikhil or the last name Sharma. Okay. I can also put the column name over here. Suppose we want to put few columns, not all the column, first name and roll number. Then I can only put first name and roll number, and we can only insert the first two one, not everything. Let me, execute the statement. It's executed. Let me run the same query again. Select star from student. Yes, so you can find the data has been inserted. 41 Nikhil Sharma. So that is why the insert command is working inside the DML. DML means data manipulation language, and in the DML we just worked with uh, that particular insert statement, and it's working in this way. Okay. Now I'm going back to DDL again. In DDL, we can see there are multiple things, just like create statement. There is alter statement as well. So let me go ahead with alter statement quickly. So what is alter? Suppose we have created the table, student table. Now I can find that something needs to be added. Maybe some column needs to be added. Maybe I need to drop some column. Maybe I need to update the data type or data size. Okay, of a particular column. Or maybe we need to rename a particular column. So this kind of thing, whether we have to update anything related to table structure, that is been done by alter statement over here. Okay. So let me quickly go through with some examples. Suppose I need to add primary key over here. This is another concept. Primary key means a constraint I need to impose on top of that table. Then this kind of stuffs can be there. So in alter statement, we can use over here as well. Just like let me uh, add some column alter table name, obviously. Then add is a keyword. Add column. We can directly add the column name, just like student age, std age is a new column. I need to declare the data type as well. Let me put integer. Okay, first of all, let me mention SQL query is not case sensitive. Okay, so as you can see, just like add, I can put add over here. I can also put add in small case. So SQL is totally case. I mean, it's not a case sensitive. It's case insensitive. So based on a particular keyword and all, if we just, if we forgot to make it a lowercase or uppercase, there will be no need to worry on top of that one. When we'll be learning Python, we can see Python is case sensitive. It's very much dependent on if the first letter is a caps one, then we can go ahead with caps properly. So that is one of the major difference and is very much important as well. So this statement, I just altered the student table, adding a new column that is called student age, std underscore age, which should be integer in nature. Let me execute the same thing. It's been executed. Let me quickly run the student table again. Okay. So you can see the new column has been introduced, but we haven't inserted any data for student age. That's why there is no particular, null value is there. Null means no data is there. That's why it's printed as null. Okay. Let me do one thing. I'll be updating something over here. Let me go ahead with some more example. Just like I want to add some constraint. Okay. Constraint on top of student table. Constraint to impose some primary key. Okay. So over here, primary key should not be class because if we are creating a student table, there may be 4 standard student again. So primary key should be unique in nature, and that should be a table, identifier, a row identifier for that particular table as well. So we can check the class and roll number combination can be a primary key there. Okay. So just like the basic scenario, add constraint, we should be have to provide a constraint name. Suppose primary key or student table. It should be user defined. Constraint name is this, and there should be the keyword primary key. It's the keyword. So constraint name, what kind of constraint? It's a primary key constraint. Then I have to impose which particular column I want to make it a primary key. So class, comma separated, multiple values can be inserted over here. So this should be the syntax. So I'm altering the table, adding a new constraint over here, constraint, and inside the constraint, the new constraint name should be this. It should be user defined, any name I can provide. Now I want to push this kind of constraint as the primary key. It should be a primary key, and the class and roll numbers combination should be the primary key. Okay, let me run this. Yeah, it's been successfully executed. We cannot check directly over here. Let me check students table DDL. There's another way to check the DDL. Then we can check a constraint being added over here. Send to SQL editor, not create statement. Yeah, we have create statement. Okay, so this is the statement. It's been inserted, it's been generated automatically inside the query engine. Over there, we can see some differences, just like class integer I have put, not null we didn't put. So by default, if we do not put not null, no constraint over there, by default, it can take not null over here. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. Sorry for my bad. So by default, it should take null value, any value. But if we put not null constraint or primary key constraint or unique constraint over there, then it should be automatically updated not null constraint. Okay, just like first name, last name, student age, this is null in nature. I didn't define anything, but by default, it should be null in nature. So the student age can be null. There'll be no issue. But the primary key column cannot be null. Suppose I'm trying to enter the first name and last name inside the table without inserting the class and roll number. I'll be getting the error because I have declared the primary key for class and roll number, but I did not push any value there. So that's why I can get an error on top of that one. So not null itself is a constraint. We can only put not null without being a primary key as well. But as it's a primary key, combination of these two columns, this is a composite key as well. This composite key is a primary key. That's why it's not null in nature. And over there, you can see the primary key constraint is been mentioned in the DDL itself. Okay. This is not an important line. This is for MySQL. The engine is InnoDB and the character set UTF-8 and all. Those are just they are mentioning. When uh, I'm taking the DDL from this table, then this kind of stuff we can get. But the main DDL is this. Whatever we have generated, just two new constraint we have added. The new column is student age and the primary key constraint, this one. Okay. Any doubt till now? What just we have learned? Hello. Okay. So hopefully there is no such doubt from your side. So whatever we have learned till now, we have created a table by using create statement. We are able to alter a table. We have altered, we have add a new column. We can add a new constraint over here. We can drop the columns as well. I'll not be dropping as of now. Later examples we can drop. Let me update something. Let me check quickly what the table is. Select star from student. Okay. This record has been inserted for some issue. I'll be checking. So our main record is this. The first one, 4-1 Nikhil Sharma. Class 4, roll number 1. First name is Nikhil, last name is Sharma. And the student age is we didn't insert any record. So now I'll be using a DML statement which is called update. Okay. So what update will do? It will also, manipulate the thing. For suppose a particular record you want to insert something or change something. Suppose I want to insert some age for the particular Nikhil Sharma's age I'll be trying to insert over here. So then we can use update statement. Okay. What should be the keyword? Update, then table name. Okay. We need to use set keyword. Set student age equal, let me put 8 or 9, also fourth standard. I think it's 10 is fine. Okay. Set student age equal 10. We just need to put some filter over here. Otherwise, if we just execute this thing, it will update all the student age. But we are having only one record, so that if we are just executing this, there will be no issue. But in future, if we just going ahead with any update statement, we just have to make sure whether we are going to update the same stuffs for all the records or only a particular single records. If this is for one or two records or such set of records, then we just need to mention a filter name where first name equal Nikhil. Okay, this kind of stuffs we need to mention and execute. Okay, so you can see it's executed and you can find the record 41 Nikhil Sharma 10. So this is update statement. That's why update statement is useful. So we can insert, we can update this kind of stuffs in a single go. We do not have to delete the record and insert it again. We can update the thing as well. Suppose we want to update it to 12. Okay, so you can quickly run the same thing. The 10 will be updated to 12. I'm selecting it again. Okay, so update statement is just for updating the stuffs, updating the table data for a particular record or for multiple records, anything. Okay, so what we have covered till now: insert, update. Okay, delete. Let me insert some more records, then we can delete something. Otherwise, it should be bad. So let me put some more records, just like 5. Roll number 2. Let me put Hitesh Kumar. Let me put the age as well. Put the same age. Okay. I've inserted it. Let me put the select query. Okay. So the second row has been inserted. 5 to Hitesh Kumar 12. I'm not sure why null is coming over here. It's no such new record. We only have 2 records over here. So maybe for the new records, they are pushing this thing null over here. But just concentrate on the upper 2 row. So the second row we just have inserted. Now we want to delete the 4th standard record. So that's why the delete statement is being used. Okay. So the delete keyword should be delete from table name. That means student. Okay. Now, if we just execute this thing, all the tables record should be deleted. So you need to put the filter as well. Where class, sorry, equal. I need to put the class. Suppose I need to delete 5, 5th class record. No need to put as it's an integer. We can put without inverted comma or not as well. But for character, while choosing this kind of thing, we must have to put single inverted comma. So delete statement has been executed. Now I'm executing the student. Okay, we can see the 5th class records has been deleted. We are only having 4th standard record. Okay. So we have learned the DML on top of how to insert a record, how to delete the record, how to update the record. Okay. For DDL statement, we are still left for 2 or 3 more steps, just like whatever we have learned for DDL create statement, alter statement. We didn't learn truncate and drop statement. So I'll be quickly showing you truncate statement. Truncate, it will be dropping all the data. The table structure should be same. For truncate, there will be no issue with the table structure. I mean, we can fix the same table structure there, but the data should be deleted if we just use truncate keyword. Truncate table name. That should be the syntax. Truncate table name. If we do this thing, we can see all the table records should be truncated. Let me select the table again. We can see blank record. There is no such record is been available. So truncate is for deleting all the records. It's just like same as delete keyword without any filter. So this kind of questions may arise. So what is the difference between truncate and drop on top of a table operation? Truncate means the table structure, there will be no issue. We can delete all the records by truncate keyword. But if we use the drop statement, it should be deleting the entire table structure from the metadata storage. Okay, drop table name, we can see the table is been deleted from here. And if we just going to select the student table, I'll be getting an error. Yeah, an error has been occurred over here in a log. Data training purpose student does not exist. The schema name dot student doesn't exist. That means inside that schema where I'm querying, the particular table does not exist. That's why I'm getting the error. Okay. So that's overall concept we just covered for how to drop a table, truncate a table, and this kind of stuff. So any doubt? I think we have covered the DDL and DML at the basic level. Maybe a quick manner. If there is any doubt, please ask me. Then I can quickly cover the same thing.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, can you please explain the difference between truncate and drop?
Yeah. So truncate means we can truncate the table means we can truncate all the records. There will be no such rows available. Okay.
Okay.
And drop means we can drop the entire table structure.
So truncate means it will delete only the rows, not the
Correct.
table.
Correct. But it's in
So
DDL. As per
okay.
the I mean theoretical stuffs and all. It should not be
Oh,
inside the DDL because the same
okay.
operation we can operate in the delete statement as well. If we do not impose any kind of filtering criteria and all.
Yeah, yeah. So and one more thing, you said if we use delete, delete from table
Table
name
name.
where class is equal to something.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, and sorry, I am asking about update. Update student set student age is equal to 10, where first name you said, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if we have two students name same, like first name is same,
Mhm.
then it will update the
Both of them.
student age. Yeah.
For both of
So
them. Then we need to choose such a way, such a
so
column name. Then we can use the primary key, obviously.
yeah,
Uh,
where primary key is, like we have to use the
correct.
primary key, right?
Yeah, primary key using is the better approach always.
Yeah, yeah, I got
We
it.
can also put just like first name equal to Nikhil and class equal 4. I mean, multiple things we can put as a,
Yeah.
I mean, single go in the where statement.
Okay,
Where
okay.
class first name equal to Nikhil and keyword should be there. And we can put another one, class equal to
Okay.
4. This
So,
kind of
so
stuff.
if the primary key is a composite key, like it's the combination of two columns,
Mhm,
then we
mhm.
have to put the two column names, right?
Correct. Separated by and keyword. That thing I'll be covering in the sequel, the DQL stuff, the filtering in details,
Okay.
maybe in tomorrow's session. That's why I did not cover it in a detailed manner.
Okay,
So
thank you,
hopefully
thank
you
you.
have understand. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Just like this way. And okay, I do not have any record. And just like roll number equal one. This kind of statement. Where okay. And multiple condition if we are imposing, then and keyword should be there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other doubt from anyone? I mean, this is very basic DDL and DML. If you are quite new, I'll be just requesting you, please try to create those statement. I mean, create a table by your own, not only student table, it should be just like any other table, such like employee table, for 2 or 3 columns only. Just try at your side, try with the DMS and DDS at the same stage. I mean, by your side as well. If there is any issue, we can quickly discuss on the topic again tomorrow. But it's very simple. You can also get help from the portal as well. It's very basic level at the tabular. I mean, if you are learning the SQL steps. Okay. So hopefully there is no doubt. But if there is any, please ask me. If not, then we can quickly connect tomorrow with the SQL. I mean DQL statement. DQL means select query. So there will be no changes in the data on top of the table, even no change in the table structure. We can top of that particular table, not only one table, on top of multiple tables. We can join those tables. We can merge those tables. We can we can check. I mean, on top of that table, we can aggregate on. I mean, on the table, we can sort the value of the table, but we can see the table. We can visualize the table only that cannot be modify and particular tables data or tables architecture. Okay, so yeah, that thing we'll be learning in tomorrow's session, but try the same thing at your side, whatever we just learned. If there is any doubt, quickly we can quickly clarify the same thing in tomorrow's session. Okay, then if there is nothing, then we can drop off for the today's session. Let's connect tomorrow with the DQL statements. Okay. Okay, then. Thanks, everyone. Bye bye.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me.
Yeah, I'm
Very.
I'm getting trouble in installing the MySQL. Can you please help me out?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. If there is anything from other student, then you can stay back. Otherwise, you can feel free to drop. Let me just stop my recording.